Well, it's about 5 p.m. on Thursday, April 9th. Or is it the 10th? I don't know. 2025, though, I know that much. And here I am. Moved the bulls and the steer to a new row here. I kept them the last row for 2 hours. This is the southern half of my field, and I was really surprised at how good the grass is growing, or rather, how well the grass is growing. I wanted to show you guys some things, some of my observations as I put up the wire. It's just too good not to mention about what's happening. So, first of all, there's this little thing here. I think this is where a hay bale was 2 years ago. I didn't roll it out. I just set it down. This area was all muddy. It was super wet that winter, but that's some dock that's growing up there, and buttercups, and a couple other things. I think I see some hairy vetch in there too. Yeah, and then I won't go too far. Look at this grass here. I think this is another spot where I put a bale of hay. You can see how dark the grass is and how well it's growing already. Like, bulls have already eaten some of that grass. They're already in there. And this is the hay bale that I rolled out a couple months ago, I think. There's already grass growing inside of it. There's another bale of hay. So you can see that the bales of hay are helping the grass to grow a little stronger. The middle part of my pasture was not doing well last year or the year before. The middle part in the southern half, that is. So let me just kind of get over there, show you what's going on here. And what surprised me was the amount of clovers that were growing there. Just tons and tons of clovers. It's like for every stalk of grass, there's 2 or 3 clovers. So that was exciting for me to see all that. The clovers are nice because they're a nitrogen fixing legume. So it brings nitrogen into the soil naturally, the way it's supposed to be introduced into the soil. Here we go. This was a muddy area here, where I think I had a bale of hay or something. But yeah, they kind of tear it up when it gets really muddy. Anyway, let's go over there. Yeah, here we go. So, yeah, you can see here that like probably only a third or less of the green stuff is actually grass. The rest is all some kind of forage. I hesitate to say weed, but it's not grass. And then I think it was this area here where I started seeing tons and tons of clover. Where was it? There's something growing here. It's not grass, but the grass is still growing right next to it. There we go. Look at that. Look at that. Grass mixed in with all kinds of things. Right now it's about 82 degrees. There's a little bit of a breeze blowing. Hopefully it's not messing up the microphone. All right. Here we go. Look at all that hairy vetch growing right there inside the grass. I'm surprised to see as much grass as I'm seeing. Now I'm starting to get into the eastern third of the southern half. And this is one of those honey locust trees. I'm sure that the sheep are going to strip that thing down to the roots. There's some kind of berry, or no, that's not berry. It is some kind of berry. Some kind of berry bush. The sheep will take care of that too. And then once I start getting to this eastern third, the ground gets softer and springier, and the grass gets a lot deeper. You know, I don't know if you can tell the difference in sound, but it's just quieter around here. There we go. Look at all this. Look at all that forage in there. We got these little blue flowers too. Brilliant blue flowers. So this area is done pretty well, historically speaking. I remember one of the droughts, it grew a bunch of grass. I don't know what kind of grass it was, but it grew a bunch of grass, even though it hadn't rained for a while. And very, very much welcome. But yeah, that's kind of the story here in the southern half. I thought I was doing worse than it actually is. But I think it's, what, a week and a half or 3 weeks before I get back here? No, it's longer than that. I think it's like a month. So I won't be back here until mid-May. Maybe June. With the cattle, with the main herd there. So there's plenty of time for all this grass to grow. The bulls won't be able to touch much of it. They'll just graze whatever they want and just move on. So anyway, guys, that's what it's looking like. Have a great day. Take care and bye-bye.